Scorpio, welcome to your January reading. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to be getting a week-by-week play of the first month of 2022. If this resonates, please hit the like button. I thank you in advance, and consider subscribing if you find it helpful. So starting with week 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll be unpacking them and we'll be getting some advice from tarot. Week 1 for Scorpio, please make it clear, Spirit. Floating but not flying, I think, is a moon card. We've got the Chariot card. What a great way to start out the first month of the year. Healing. There's a quick movement with the Chariot card. It's movement forward. Sometimes it's literally to do with travel and cars, and but so maybe some of you guys are getting your car fixed the first week of January. But all right, clarity on 4 of. So I feel that this is restabilizing. Something's coming in quickly to help restabilize you. I feel that this transformation started happening way back in 2021, and I feel that you are really getting over a hump of some sort in healing, and in your transformation it's required patience. And I think that there's something coming in actually in the first week of January that's going to really signify that you've gotten over the hump, if that makes any sense. This very much has something to do with stability. For some of you guys, it even links to marriage. It has something to do with reunions of some sort, gatherings. All right, now for the second week of January. Okay, we're in a meditative space, maybe a place of gratitude, thinking, analyzing. We've got the 4 of Swords popping up with the 5 of Wands. I do feel like you're getting out of a pattern of some sort that doesn't serve you. I think that you're kind of unchaining yourself. For some of you guys are literally unchaining yourself from an individual who is who you have some conflict over. It possibly keeps on arising. They might be on the side of analytical, practical, but not necessarily emotional. They don't occupy their heart space. They're very good with money. This might be a boss for some of you guys. It might be more of an older figure in your life, male or female, but there is a classically masculine energy attached to it. It can be kind of cold. And so there's a cycle there with this individual in competition or conflict that you're breaking this cycle by simply, you are putting some thought into it. You're analyzing it, and you're noticing the pattern. And by doing so, you are able to break it. This is, I feel, has something to do with others. So this could be a work situation for many of you guys that just hasn't quite been lining up very well. There's been conflict there. And if not conflict for some of you guys, just straight competition. I think that you're going to arrive at a very good, positive place, though. This has challenged you actually in a way that you have gotten some self-growth out of. We're going to be switching decks here, going to the 3rd week of January. So a lot of growth so far, getting over the hump with healing in January with the first week, getting kind of past a conflict of some sort that keeps arising in your second week. All right, let's just straighten these guys out. We'll come back to these for advice. 3rd week of January for our Scorps. It's a slippery deck. This is a brand new one. Rider-Waite Tarot deck. This is, all right. Yeah, I think that you're going to be deciding that maybe this is a boss directly with the Emperor upside down. I think that there is somebody that you're really not drinking the Kool-Aid any longer. Taking a look at this, and you're kind of exhausted. There's some things that you need to just stick by. You need to stand by doing some things, carrying some things out, but you're recognizing that there's an individual here that is a little backwards, is a little maybe power hungry, manipulative, or too authoritative to the degree that it's kind of killing your vibe, and you feel that you put a lot of work into something that that is exhausting you a little too much. There's going to be quick communication regarding this. 8 of Wands flying out. This could even be travel for some of you guys, but this is messages coming in. This is meetings, communication. This is text messages or emails regarding this person. Yeah, so we're getting the 4 of Wands upside down here again. And so that to me makes it feels like things are unstable. Whatever situation and scenario this is, it feels a little demonstrative. It feels a little unhealthy. There is an imbalance of power here. And we'll come back to the 3rd week of January soon to get some advice. What's about the 4th week of January for Scorpios? Please make it clear. We got the Devil here coming out again. 4th week of January, flipping but not flying. We've got the Knight of Cups. Let's just take note. 4th week of January. This is great. The Tower card flies out upside down. We're working on getting out of a Tower moment, something that shook you up, something that you didn't have control over. This could have been, it feels very much like for a lot of you guys, something at work, work related here. And we're getting the Justice in reverse. 4th week of January. We're gonna just take the Sun, that's great. Sun comes out sideways. So there's a silver lining definitely to this. I think January is challenging you in a really great way. Some challenges in life suck. Some challenges you look back and you're like, you know what? I'm really glad all that went down the way it did. This pattern, I think, is you're gonna be nipping it in the bud. Yep, because this is all about reciprocity, being appreciated, and getting what you put out. I think that with the Sun card, whenever that flies out, it's always a positive sign. It shines a light over the entire reading. I think you're going to be getting a lot of perspective in the 4th week of January, and you're going to be breaking this cycle. We've got message coming in, Knight of Swords, an action or a person coming in quickly. This is a message. This could be an apology. Flipping but not flying. We've got the 7 of Swords. Okay. I think you're going to be opening up. Your mind is going to be opening up in January. You're going to be recognizing that it needs to in order to break a pattern. You're going to have a new appreciation for yourself and your work. You're also going to be asking yourself what else is out there. There might be a swift apology messages regarding an imbalance. Something's been exhausting you. There's going to be, I think that there's a new possibility, a new job, possibly for some of you guys a relationship, but this does feel very much connected to your self-value and work. But I feel like you're in the 4th week of January, your mind is going to be at the place of having opened up and considering your skill set and what you have to offer other companies or other individuals, other locations for some of you guys, because in comes the Knight of Pentacles very slowly with the possibility of a new endeavor. So as far as getting advice, let's just pick from this deck here. For our 4th week, we're going to be going back through now. The first week of January, we have getting over this hump with another individual here that knows you, that's familiar with you. This is transformation and kind of finding stability, healing. There's this quick energy of the Chariot. So something's coming in. There's a quick movement towards this. And that's why it feels like you're getting over the hump real quick. Like this has been slow in coming. There's been patience required. But advice from Tarot, great. Six of Wands, this is a victory. You're having victory here. It's going to start off really strong. Wow. So, this feels so good with the 6 of Wands, the Judgment card, and the Magician. It's like a new way was forged. There is this wake-up call. Things aren't going back to how they were before in a good way. So your life has opened up just in time for 2022 in a very new way. You're getting past a shadow here, and you're making your way from choppy waters to smooth sailing. So then we have the second week of January, and you're getting some time to take a deep breath and consider something. This almost feels like cleaning up shop. You're like, this almost feels like New Year's resolutions, where you're like, you're looking at your life and you're like, okay, well, I had a lot of progress in this area. So now in this other area, something that's been bothering me is this conflict with this individual who is this, again, like could be a boss, it could be a partner for some of you guys. It's an older energy, it's analytical, it's not emotional, it's kind of cold, but they're very good with money. And so there's some conflict or competition here, and there's a yearning to break out of a pattern that's not serving you, with possibly even more than one individual work companions. And you're going to break through here. Your goal is to be happy with the Nine of Cups. And this is a fantastic card to get out at this. So you're doing some serious house cleaning, in 2022. Advice from Tarot, please make it clear. I'm going to go ahead and grab those cards, because these we want to keep all in the same deck, just so that we get when I open it up right there. Nine of Cups again. I think and the Victory card. I love it. So this is a very strong month. You're getting through quite a bit, and you're ambitious to do so, which is really cool. You're just not hiding at all from anything in your life. You're really taking a good look at what needs to be cleaned up. All right, so we've got Six of Pentacles with the Lover's card. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. Lover's card is ruled by Gemini energy, and that also symbolizes a choice here. So there is, you're being called to consider, we've got the Justice card coming out. Consider the right and wrong of a situation. Consider that karmically you're being called to look at what you're responsible for in this collaborative energy. There's an opportunity here. There's somebody I feel that is coming in that wants a new start. This very much could be that King of Pentacles under here. And if it's them, I think, if it's them and the card that flips is the King of Pentacles. Okay, so it is them. So this person might surprise you. They might be a little more observant of the circumstances than you realize, because they're going to surprise you, because I don't think you've given them credit in those areas of observation. I think that they are going to be coming through with an expression of wanting to start over, or for some of them apologies, or just a conversation around, hey, I appreciate you. They might even demonstrate this with a gift or a raise. But anyway, you're being called to consider that. We do have the same card here, the Five of Wands. It could be that, one sec, I'm just going to look at this because you're getting a lot of repeats. A lot of repeats. You've gotten the same cards. You've gotten the Nine of Cups 3 times. You've gotten the Five of Wands twice. You've gotten the King of Pentacles multiple times, and the King of Pentacles is right there. Okay, so the cards are speaking really loudly to me. I'm gonna take a beat. Okay, I'm gonna take a second and just look at this. It does feel with this individual that there is this cycle. It feels like they might even be influential over another group of people. Like this could be coworkers, this could be, it does feel like collaborators somehow. And I feel like they want to promise you like this reciprocity. Okay, no, I'll respect your boundaries. Okay, no, I really do appreciate you. I'm just giving you some shit. Or, hey, I really do appreciate you. But then you feel underappreciated. Then you feel the competition. And this is something for a lot of you guys, you are in competitive fields, and it's just one of those cycles. It's the rat race. And so you have a boss that is an authority figure here that is all about the money. And so they make you feel all on. And for some of you guys who are in maybe the entertainment industry and stuff, that authority figure, it's much bigger than that. It's the monster of the industry. But I just want to throw that out there because it's a kind of an unorthodox, non-traditional way a lot of people make money. So you got to think outside the box because these are general readings. But whatever that, the money maker, the boss, the person who's, or the entity that is interested in the money, you are kind of you feel that you're at their disposal. And because of the competition, you do feel that you could be replaced. But you are what's very important to know in this reading is that you are needed, is that your skill set is valuable. It just doesn't feel that way sometimes, and you can get down on yourself. But this is on the second week of January, you being reminded that yes, you are appreciated, and some of you guys will even receive something or a new opportunity to demonstrate that. So you have a new opportunity in this field to prove yourself. And guess what? 9 of Cups on top of 9 of Cups. You are going to be so happy with your follow through. You're going to be so happy with their response. And I don't think that this is I think this is going to be a very positive week for you, basically. I think there's something about your industry and what you're doing that is so rewarding. And also it is the rat race. There's a rat race component to it. It's very competitive. There's ups and downs to it. But you are going to be blowing it up in the second week of January. You're going to be raising the bar for yourself. You're leveling up. There is a cycle that you're going to be breaking through here, and I have a feeling that cycle has a lot more to do with how you might react emotionally to the competition than those ups and downs of the industry that you're in. Then in the third week, just as a reminder, we do have kind of this recognition that something in your life is making you feel exhausted. There's going to be messages, there's going to be communications, and it's going to be really all about stability and restabilizing. And there's you're going to be challenged by an authoritative figure. Like there's something that feels a little out of balance here and exhausting. All right, so I'd like some messages from Spirit on, you're going to be busy, possibly overwhelmed, but what is Spirit saying to us for advice? Interesting. Why are we getting 3 of Pentacles in reverse? This is definitely Chariot energy. We got the Chariot energy. All right, I'm just kind of take a look at this, you guys. Give me a sec. Thank you. And if this is resonating, I'll just take a beat and say, please consider hitting that like button. And if this is beneficial to you, consider subscribing, please. All right, so 2 of Pentacles is being busy. It's being a little overwhelmed. I think that there is a rebalancing of power here in the third week of January with your collaborators. I think that there is this energy pushing through to prove themselves, and that very much could be yours. I think you're challenging another energy in the third week of January, and this is baller energy. This is like the fuck if watch me, just watch me. I feel like you're really in the zone. I feel like you're on top of the competition. I feel like you're standing out. You're looking very attractive or very admirable by your collaborators, by those around you. There is a sense of competition, and you are you're finding it to be worth it, even to tire yourself out a little bit. There is a little sense of instability, and that's actually kind of the fire under your pants, is we always need something that we're charging for. We always need something in the distance that we are working towards, and off in the distance, very off in the distance, that is what you're working for. That is the fire under your pants, is to grow in a place where you do feel stable in your position. And in the meantime, you are willing to challenge the competition, you're willing to stand out, you're willing to work really hard, be overwhelmed. There is kind of a cloudiness onto what your competition is doing or what you're really up against. So anyway, this is all advice from Tarot, is to just go for it, Scorps. Just go for it. Why are we getting the Six of Cups here for Scorpio? Queen of Pentacles. I do feel that there's a figure here that is rooting for you, that is possibly even opening doors for you. Just be aware of daydreaming, be aware of the choices attached. Yeah, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave it off there. Let's go into the 4th week of January. So yeah, while I'm getting the cards here, and I'm going to give it a shuffle, just recapping. We've got a lot of healing in the beginning of the month of January. You get this push of energy from that healing, whatever it is. It's almost like validating with the Chariot card. And with this validation, you get into this baller energy. Then we get really interesting here. In the last week of January, we've got the Devil, which is an addiction or a pattern that one feels chained to, but can actually break at any time. You're coming out of a shakeup, a rattle up, something that maybe felt unfair, something that really shook you up. And this could have been in the past. We get the Sun card, so it's really, it shines a light over the whole reading. It lessens the load, so to speak. You're going to be, I think you're going to be reevaluating some of the things that you've held dear and prioritized, and you're going to, and only can you do that once you've checked those boxes. So early in the month, it's very important that you stay true to yourself and that you're continuing to check those boxes. Later in the month, you're going to realize that maybe some of those boxes you don't need to pay so much attention to. Your goal really is to be valued. Your goal is to, some of you guys are going to be feeling very generous. Others of you are going to be experiencing another's generosity. Some of you guys might even be getting an apology, kind of closing a chapter on something. And the really cool thing here is we end up with the Knight of Pentacles, which is that new offering coming through very slowly, very carefully. It's like they are just the slowest knight in the deck. And the knights are our messengers, and this message is sitting on a horse that's not even moving. So it's like, it's analytical, it's careful, it's slow. So what's advice for our Scorpios in the last month of January? Yes, and guess what? A double. So this is very much analyzing what you have to offer the world. This is not making any moves yet, but this is the very start of a brand new journey. And I'll say this again, you guys, nothing in the earlier parts of the month is wasted. Checking those boxes and doing those actions and analyzing your life that way and getting ahead of the competition is very important in order for this to occur. And of course, I'm just going to say, Tarot does not tell you your future. You can only control your life and make those decisions, and just take what resonates, leave the rest. But I think that there's almost a sense of a goodbye here. There's paying tribute to the work that you've done and being appreciative of all that you've gone through, and also realizing how far you've come. And you're definitely leveling up to the next rung on the ladder, so to speak. The Tower. Because of that shakeup, I think that some of you guys are actually going to be moving, but because of that shakeup, you have readjusted your commitments. You are looking at what's next for you. You are ending a phase properly. Like you are ready for the next. And so the tarot is indicating here with your advice to take a good look at all that has happened in January, and then, you know, the year of 2021, that shakeup that had happened. There was something that was tremendously challenging, I think, you healed from, and you benefited in the sense that, you know, you get the Hierophant card here, and that rules over our commitments, that rules over institutions, even marriage. It rules over religious groups. And so it's really made you take a good look at where you find stability. You know, it doesn't have to be literally in your house or your home. Sometimes that has to fluctuate, but where do you can find stability in yourself and inside your commitments and your faith systems. And so with this energy, you're being encouraged to consider moving on. Consider moving on. We've got the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. This is a passionate message coming through. This is a realization that we do have a King of Cups coming through, which is a passionate, compassionate, emotionally mature individual. And you might be getting an offer from this individual very slowly, very responsibly, carefully. If you're getting this offer, you can guarantee that this is a more emotional individual than the King of Pentacles. This is sometimes an artistic individual. Again, for the fourth time, we're getting the Four of Wands upside down. Let's see. Let me readdress. I've got now a lot of cards here, so. Yeah, I feel that this person, this King of Cups, is linked to this message coming through, this Ace of Swords. This is an epiphany, a realization that maybe an opportunity that promised stability is not going to be such. It's not possibly the opportunity that you thought it was. We've got the Emperor card upside down again. So I feel that this might be information about whatever energy this is. And the Emperor card, to remind you, when it comes out upside down, is kind of authoritative. It's abusive with its power. So if you are in a creative industry, this could be the industry of it by itself, you know? This could be the entity or authority figure over you that you have to please or work with to get what you want, to get stability. And this is not promising whatever this more emotionally mature and compassionate individual is indicating, is connecting with the message they're giving you, is that that this is not going to be promising the stability, nor is it going to be the opportunity that it looks like. That Emperor in reverse is still at large. Messages coming through. Again, this came in clarity to your other week. So yeah, I feel like this, I wonder if sometimes in this reading it's popped up, for some of you guys, this could even be two different entities that are competing for you and your attention. This could be messages going back and forth and it being very confusing for you of who to pick and where to go. And I think that this, yeah, and then we're getting the Three of Pentacles out, upright finally, with messages. This is collaborators and stuff. I think it's really important to pay attention in your fourth week of January 2022 To the individuals in your life who are, there's somebody coming through with a message here about an opportunity that you've been offered. And they're making the point that it's not stable the way you think it might be. And it's not the opportunity you think it might be. We have the messages coming from that old energy, that authoritative energy. Now, this could be from more than one individual. So it's really important that you consider a brand new start somewhere else, that you consider your this devil card that's popping up, that there has been in the past a pattern that you want to break through, a pattern that led you to feeling unappreciated. And so what might be the best possible answer is breaking through in a new way, a completely new journey. So if somebody is offering you something that is totally new, consider it with the Four of Swords. Consider that maybe the old competition or the old way of doing things is just going to lead you back to the devil. And so the best way to approach your future is just to break away completely. Of course, having said that, please consider your own intuition, consider your own inner voice, and know that tarot is not your future. That is not telling you your future, that you can recreate your future at any time, okay? So these are general readings, but this is very clear on the fact that January is looking great for you guys. It's challenging you guys. You guys are challenging the competition. You're challenging yourselves. You're very much in your power, and you've got some exciting decisions to make. I hope you're doing well. Love you guys, and I'll see you soon for your next reading.